ready? Ready? All right. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test test test. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Can you hear it? Okay. Check the tests. Sounds good. Okay. Let's give her a second. Okay, ready. And 3, 2, 1. It is a blustery, windy, but cloudless and sunny day here on the campus of Howard Community College down at Dragon Stadium as we are getting set for the final home game of the 2024 Howard Community College men's soccer season as the Dragons take on the Fighting Owls of Harford Community College. Hello, folks. This is the big man on the booth, excuse me, Isaac Donsky, ready to bring you all the action for the last time this season, during the regular season, that is. Playoffs are a possibility, of course. And we're actually going to do something a little fun here. We're going to welcome you into the booth for the first time as, hey, how you doing? We have a camera switcher now. That's awesome. But we welcome you to Howard Community College. It's the final home game of the season, and as you can see on our little score bug right down there it is. There it is. We got ourselves a really interesting match today as the top-ranked Division I school in Region 20, Harford Fighting Owls, take on the fourth-ranked school in Region 20's Division II, the Howard Dragons. Now, this has been a must-watch game on the schedule for a while. Harford is one of the top programs in Region 20. This is a program known for its incredible recruiting abilities. They have players from almost every single continent here. Going up against one of the big surprise stories of this season, that is Howard under first-year head coach Rob Ryerson, who has emerged as a conference powerhouse in what many expected to be a year of transition. And we're going to go ahead and switch back to our other camera. Appreciate bringing you into the booth. We'll do that several times throughout the game now that we have the ability to do so. Let's talk about our opponent first. We're going to move the camera over to our visitors, the Harford Fighting Owls. 9-4-2 on the season, but a year of ups and downs for the Fighting Owls. They lead Division 1 at the moment. They are the top seed over there, but they have experienced a handful of injuries that have made things a little interesting in terms of their lineup. They're not as dominant as they have been in the past, but they're still a force to be reckoned with, and they feature a player who we're going to talk a lot about tonight, Rex Pierce, who is one of the top players in all of Region 20. Now, on the flip side, let's talk about the Howard Community College Dragons. We'll pull that up real quick. Give me 1 second. There we go. Now, the Dragons this season started the year off, of course, with a 6-game winning streak. They are 7-4-1 at the moment. 4 of their last 6 games have been losses. It has been a tough stretch for the Dragons. They have struggled a bit, but they have still looked solid, and they have done so despite a string of injuries that threaten to derail the season. They have remained a top 4 seed all season long, led primarily by a solid defense and an excellent group of forwards, led primarily by sophomore Sam Santos and Truce Norton. Now, if you didn't catch the last home game, the Dragons took on Anne Arundel. They were trailing 3-2 with less than 15 seconds to go. With seconds left, Truce Norton hit a game-tying goal in one of the most spectacular moments of the season on sophomore day. They went out to New Jersey about on Monday, where they unfortunately lost to Mercer County, but that game does not count for the Region 20 standings. This game does. This is going to be a good one, folks. We've got a Division I powerhouse going up against a Division II powerhouse. It is sure to have plenty of fireworks, and the big question is, can the Dragons get back on their feet after a rough stretch? They'll be without lead defender Mark Adja again. He's out injured. going to be a tough one for the Dragons, but if they can take advantage of some of Harford's mistakes, we should be in for a fun game. Weather conditions today, it is in the low 60s, but wind chill makes it feel like it is in the low 50s. It is the first truly cold day of October and a perfect way to close out this season of Dragons men's soccer here on Howard Community College's Vimeo. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams, so we begin with the visitors, the Fighting Owls of Harford Community College. Starting a goal will be a freshman from Bognor Regis, England, number 1, Archie Bennett. At forward, a freshman from South Africa, number 6, Taishir Lawrence. At midfield, a freshman from Frederikshavn, Denmark, number 8, Sebastian Franson. At forward, a sophomore from Sydney, Australia, number 9, Rex Pierce. At midfield, a sophomore from Quebec City, Canada, number 15, Xavier Roy. At midfield, a freshman from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, number 17, Christian Lopez Contreras. At midfield, a freshman from Chile, number 18, Tomas Gonzalez. On defense, a freshman from Panama, number 19, Alfonso Giliard Soriano Cortez. On defense, a freshman from Baltimore, Maryland, number 20, Joshua Cannon. At midfield, a freshman from Bel Air, Maryland, number 28, Samuel Dragunas. And on defense, a freshman from Kaiserslautern, Germany, number 30, Vincent Schmeidel. The Fighting Owls are led by head coach Bill Wardell, assistant coaches David Orth and Michael Eufemia. Now here's the starting lineup for the Howard Community College Dragons. Starting in goal, a sophomore from Ellicott City, Maryland, number 1, Luke Ryerson. Starting at midfield, a freshman from Columbia, Maryland, number 5, Kevin Ruby. Starting at midfield, sophomore from Hyattsville, Maryland, number 6, Jefferson Estrada. Starting at midfield, sophomore from Columbia, Maryland, number 7, Truce Norton. Starting on defense, a sophomore from Ellicott City, Maryland, number 8, Chris Herzog. Starting at forward, a freshman from Catonsville, Maryland, number 9, Brian Barrientos. Starting at forward, a sophomore from Columbia, Maryland, number 12, Sam Santos. Starting at midfield, a freshman from Hyattsville, Maryland, number 13, Rafa Benitez. Starting on defense, a freshman from Columbia, Maryland, number 14, Sebastian Fonseca. Also starting on defense, a sophomore from Columbia, Maryland, number 18, Kyle Simmons. And starting at midfield, a freshman from Fredericksburg, Virginia, number 19, Darian Paz. The Dragons are led by head coach Rob Ryerson and assistant coaches Steve Sherman and Ken Bernstein. So it is the Dragons and the Fighting Owls, a Division I versus Division II clash. The top-seeded team in Division I in Harford takes on the fourth-seeded team in Division II in Howard. The final home game of the season. It's a windy day. Conditions are going to be tough, and we're here for all of it, folks. It's Howard Dragons soccer. The regular season home finale is coming up in just about 10 minutes. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. You're watching the Howard Dragons live on Howard Community College's Vimeo.
Scan the QR code when you enter the facility. Get your copy of today's game day program. I already felt it. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Dragon Stadium here at Howard Community College for today's final home game of the regular season, featuring the Fighting Owls from Harford Community College and the Howard Community College Dragons. Before we introduce the starting lineups and coaches, we want to remind you this event is being played under the regulations of the National Junior College Athletic Association's Rating 20 and the Maryland Junior Athletic Conference. MT JUCO and the NJCAA prohibit all verbal or physical harassment against any of our student athletes, any coaches, spectators, staff, or community members during today's game. Violators of these rules will be subject to removal from the Howard Community College campus. We appreciate your cooperation in being good fans. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please remain off the track at all times. Restrooms can be found by the entrance next to the gravel path. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineups, beginning with our visitors, the Harford Community College Fighting Owls. Starting at goal, a freshman from Newport News, Harford, number one, Archie Bennett. Starting at quarterback, a freshman from South Africa, number six, Taishin Lorenz. Starting at midfield, a freshman from Frederickshaven, Denmark, number eight, Sebastian Cranston. Starting at forward, a sophomore from Sydney, Australia, number nine, Rex Pierce. Starting at midfield,
fine here. We're all set to get underway here. We apologize if your screen died for a second there. We had a slight malfunction, but we're ready to get started. Dragons in white with gray, black numbers. Harford in black with gray numbers and blue trim. We are underway. Big question for the Dragons in this game, of course. How could they stop number 9, Rex Pierce? The forward from Sydney, Australia, has been the most dominant Division 1 player this season in Region 20. And right now, Harford with control at the moment. It might take me a while to attach names to faces, so forgive me, Harford fans listening in, if I'm a little slow to pick up on the names. If that goes out of bounds, it'll be Dragon Ball. The Dragons line here, we'll hold off on that thought as Howard with a chance here. Here's Rex Pierce. Pierce gets it to number 20. That is Joshua Cannon out of Baltimore. He's going off to the near side to number 15, Xavier Roy out of Quebec City, Canada, one of many international players for this stacked Harford team, known for their insane recruiting. As here's a chance here, that's broken up nicely by Jeff Estrada. We don't give him a lot of credit, but he's one of the top defenders on this Dragons defensive line. Sam Santos fighting for the ball. Down goes a Harford player, and it's going to be a foul against Sam Santos, it looks like. The player who fell down, I believe, will get a better chance when he turns around. I think that was number 19, Alfonso Giliard Sordano Cortez. We're just going to call him Alfonso Cortez to simplify the name. Yes, it was. So that was Alfonso Cortez who fell. The free kick will be taken. Didn't see who that was. Here it comes. Chance for Harford. Trying to break it up. Here's Kyle Simmons. And it's Darian Paz who knocks it out of the way. And a chance for Sam Santos. 2 men to beat. Santos needs some backup. Santos going to take a shot. Just a bit wide, but a good start there. The first shot of the game goes to the Dragons as Santos, off a nice pass from Darian Paz, tried to break through. This is what the Dragons need. Remember, you're going up against the top team in Division 1. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that Harford is the best team in the entire region, but that means that of the 3 Division 1 schools, the big-time Division 1 programs here in Region 20 of the NJCAA, they are the top dog. If the Dragons could pull an upset win here, it would be huge. Jefferson Estrada's going to send that back to Luke Ryerson. They're going to play the keeper here, try and keep things as loose as they can. Good interception there by number 15, Xavier Roy. Teammates call him X, and there's the pass to number 6, Taishir Lawrence from South Africa. He goes down, and that is going to be... Was that in the box? If that was in the box, that's going to be a penalty kick. It was not. It was right on it, though. It was right outside the box, so that was close. Rex Pierce, number 9, will take the kick. He's conferring here with number 8, Sebastian Fransen out of Denmark. Try and keep track of how many different countries I mentioned, folks, because Harford, again, their recruiting is incredible. They've got players from every continent except Antarctica. So let's see. Will it be Fransen or Pierce who will take the kick? It's going to be Pierce, it looks like, but watch for the trick play. Pierce takes it. Ryerson with the save. Lawrence gets a shot off, and it's in. Taishir Lawrence strikes. That's a goal for Harford. Give the assist to Rex Pierce, I believe. As number 6, Taishir Lawrence scores, and it's 1-0 Owls. That was quick. So number 6, Taishir Lawrence with the score. Chalk up the assist to number 9, Rex Pierce. As we're back underway, trying to get something going here are the Dragons. Need to respond here as Harford has scored in the opening 5 minutes to take a 1-0 lead. Defense coming up, that's number 30, Vincent Schmeidel from Kaiserslautern, Germany. I just like saying that. A lot of international players, a lot of talent on this Harford roster. They're trying to get it inside here. That's broken up by defensive captain Kyle Simmons. Keeping it alive, number 17, Christian Lopez Contreras, who had a chance there. Owls are going to look for another opportunity here. They get the ball down to number 20, Joshua Cannon. Cannon goes for a pass to Lawrence, broken up by Herzog and Simmons, but Truce Norton missed the response. Out of bounds will be thrown in by number 15, Xavier Roy. Herzog will knock that out, trying to get to Santos. And there is a foul called. I think it's going to be ref pointed to his wrist. That's a foul on Vincent Schmeidel, number 30. Chris Herzog is going to take the free kick here right about midfield and try and give Howard a chance to respond. Simmons flaring out. Herzog taking his time here. And it might be Simmons who's going to take it. Yeah, Kyle Simmons is going to take it instead. There's the whistle. Simmons will do a quick pass to Herzog, try to get Harford off balance as the ball goes to Truce Norton. Norton slipped away, trying to use his speed to keep up, but it's broken up by the Fighting Owls. They try to get it to Rex Pierce, broken up by Jeff Estrada. Knocked out of bounds. Pierce looking for options to throw in. He's going to... It looked like he was going to try and throw it into Sebastian Franzen. Instead, he hands the ball off to another player. Can't see the number for the throw-in. There's a shot. Pass, trying to get it. Doesn't matter, broken up by Herzog. They were trying to get to number 28, Samuel Dragunas. That's broken up by 18. That's Tomas Gonzalez. Barrientos chasing down Schmeidel. They get it back to Archie Bennett, the goalkeeper. Cortez. He finds Dragunas. Kevin Ruby in the middle trying to make something happen here. Dragons are going to have to play the keeper here, or are they? Jeff Estrada keeping it away from Tyshear Lawrence. Gets it out to Sebastian Fonseca on the far side. Fonseca will send it back to Simmons in the middle as the Dragons kind of just probing the Fighting Owls front here, looking for an opening. Here's Herzog going into Darian Paz. Ooh, nice move by Paz to keep possession of the ball. Paz goes back to Herzog, pass to Simmons. Dragons are going to need to reset here. Simmons gets it up towards Norton, who got stepped on there by Roy. Barrientos trips trying to pick it up. It's scooped up instead by 17. That's Contreras. Roy will reset back to Cortez. And Cortez looking for an opening. Cortez trying to get in the middle to Gonzalez. Gonzalez thinking better, sends it back to Cortez. Now Cortez up, getting it to Franzen. Franzen back to Cortez. Fighting Owls having a little trouble here, finding an opening in the Dragons' midfield. Santos almost got a leg at that. That opens the door for Truce Norton. Passing it up, trying to get it to Brian Barrientos. Roy on the response. Keeper might have to come up. They're going to play the keeper there. Simmons sends it over, and miscommunication as Luke Ryerson sends it out of bounds deep in Dragons territory. They were trying to play the keeper there, but Ryerson kicked it away. 37 minutes to go here. It's 1-0. Harford scored within the first 5 minutes off a Tyshear Lawrence goal, courtesy of a Rex Pierce save as, ooh, down goes Truce Norton. A big collision there with Tomas Gonzalez. Harford trying to keep it alive here. Here's Lawrence. Lawrence will send that one high and wide and out of bounds. Goal kick coming up, and got 2 players down. It was Darian Paz. He was adjusting his shin guard, and there's another player down. I think that is, if he'll turn around for me, that's number 28, Samuel Dragunas, who was tying his shoe. Short goal kick. They get it to Herzog. Dragunas all over him, trying to get it out. Estrada's got to get it out of there. There's a lot of heavy hitters in that region. Roy with a header, keeping it alive. Barrientos wrapped up with the defense with Gonzalez. They get it out to the far side. Can't see who that is, but Rafa Benitez manages to break it away. And they're going to call a foul on that player. I can't see who that is. I believe that's Joshua Cannon, number 20. Yes. So that foul is on Joshua Cannon as he and Rafa Benitez got tied up. You're going to see that a lot today, folks. Rafa Benitez, despite his size, he is known for getting on his opponent's nerves, and he will take on any opponent. That one rolls out. Is that going to be a corner? It will. Corner kick coming up for the Dragons, and it looks like it's going to be Rafa Benitez who will take it. Earlier this season against Cecil, Rafa managed to draw a red card. He was able to get physical and use his speed and agility to get right up in the face of one of Cecil's top players. The two got tangled up. The Cecil player knocked Rafa down. Red card was drawn. That's what Rafa does best. He will pester his opponents. And now a chance. He puts up the corner. It's deep. Header! Santos, there was a chance. Oh, he missed it. Shot by Sam Santos. Just snuck wide, but he had a header on it. Santos has been one of the leading scorers this season for the Dragons, alongside Truce Norton and Darian Paz, who has scored quite frequently. Darian Paz has quietly emerged into one of the Dragons' top scorers this season as a true freshman. Herzog breaking up that play from Lawrence. He finds Simmons. Simmons looking for options. He's going to try to get it to Ruby. That was dangerous. Here's a chance. Pierce. Stopped by Ryerson. He dives on it. Pierce got down. He and Simmons collided as he took the shot. Pierce slow to get up. What a save by cool hand Luke Ryerson. And we're back underway. Fonseca, that's out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Dragons. Got to give credit to Sebastian Fonseca during the thriller on Saturday against Anna Runtle. It was Fonseca's perfectly placed throw-in with 5 seconds left that gave the Dragons enough time to get one last shot off and score the game-tying goal. That was Fonseca who tossed it in. Kevin Ruby was the first to touch it. He got it to Santos, who tipped it just to the corner where Truce Norton was waiting to get the final shot off. If you missed that, you can watch the replay here on our Vimeo. We weren't able to do any audio for that game as we were a little short-staffed. That's going to hit our booth. No, it's not. The shadows made me think it was, as that was a goal kick from Archie Bennett. Truce is going to move up and hand over to Herzog for the throw-in as the Dragons looking for another chance here. Both teams have had ample chances. They might get one here. Santos with a shot, and it is covered by Bennett. Vincent Schmeidel missed what could have been a header to deflect the ball away from Santos, and he had a wide-open shot there, but not enough power off the kick for Santos, so it happens sometimes. All right, Dragons trying to respond here. Harford with possession. Here's Schmeidel. He's got Santos all over him, and he makes a mistake. And they're going to try and get it down to Truce Norton. Norton's got to use his speed before it goes out of bounds. He'll get there in time, and is kicked out by Schmeidel. Great play there by Chris Herzog to break up that play and give the Dragons a chance deep in Fighting Owl territory. Norton will toss it to Herzog. Herzog dicing around from defenders. Puts up a crosser. Benitez going for the header. He misses. He tries to fight back and get it. He keeps possession. He needs help. Someone help him. He's going to pass out. It's picked up. Benitez staying in there. You see him raising his hands, trying to avoid getting called for a foul. And he got tangled up. Ball went out of bounds. Possession to the Dragons. Fonseca will toss in. No, Benitez will. Benitez will toss in. Santos heads it. Wrong way. Picked up by Fonseca. Fonseca keeping it alive. Sebastian Fonseca looking for an option. Nice pass there to Benitez. Oh, he wasn't ready. Picked up by Harford. Fighting Owls going the other way, or are they? Estrada picking it up. He is hounded by Rex Pierce. Pierce somehow gets a pass off to Lawrence. And a foul was called. Was it a foul? No. I think someone went out of bounds. From the looks of it, somebody stepped out of bounds on the far side. It might have been Pierce because it's Dragon Ball. Another chance for the Fighting Owls. Here's Pierce. A lot of white jerseys. Pierce going for the crosser. There's a chance. Oh, what a stop there off the shot. And a foul called against Harford. It was number 28, Samuel Dragunas, who took the shot, but it was blocked by Kyle Simmons, who stepped in, put his body on the line. It might have been Chris Herzog, actually. It was one of them. Nice pass there by Truce Norton down the sideline, knocked out of bounds by Gonzalez. It'll be Dragon Ball. He's trying to get it to Barrientos. Another player who's had a very solid season this year, Brian Barrientos. Great breakout season as a freshman. Barrientos with the ball. Passes to Truce. That's a dangerous pass surrounded by black jerseys. Dragunis hits the ground. Paz keeps it alive. Dragons have got to get physical here to get through this Harford defense. Fonseca taking a deep shot. Bennett comes out and scoops it up. We'll give a shot to Sebastian Fonseca there as Archie Bennett makes the save. Bennett will roll it out to Cortez. We're back underway. We have about 30 minutes to go. It's been an exciting first half so far. Both teams with a lot of shots. And remember, it was an early goal from Harford that's got Howard playing from behind here early. It's kind of been the tail of the tape through the second half of the season for the Dragons. A combination of injuries and a tough schedule have resulted in them losing 4 of 6, but they have been resilient and just keep fighting. Pierce with a crosser for Lawrence. Broken up by Herzog. Dragons defense right now is putting together a great performance as they've been stepping up big time to try and stop this hard-hitting Harford attack. Most of these Harford players are top 10 in the Harford has got at least 3 or 4 top 10 scorers in the region. And a foul now called against Harford. I think that's going to be on Cannon, number 20. Fonseca will throw in. Stake there by Simmons, a chance. Dragunis, shot blocked by Simmons. Another shot taken by 17. That's Christian Lopez Contreras, and that's a save for Luke Ryerson. So cool hand Luke with a nice save there. Now that first goal wasn't really his fault. It was just a bad ricochet off of the it's a bad ricochet that Tyshir Lawrence was able to catch. Dragons defense trying to get it out of there. They've done a good job so far, but they've run into a little bit of trouble because of just how tenacious this Harford front line is. They are hounding those Dragon defenders. Dragunis passing down to Roy. Roy with a crosser. Simmons is going to get there first. We'll keep it alive. Herzog. Ruby. Ruby over to Fonseca. Well-oiled machine is this Dragons defense as they get it out. They find Rafa Benitez. Benitez might win that battle against Cannon. He will. Ball goes out of bounds off of the toe of Cannon. Benitez will pass to Fonseca for the throw-in. They're going to mark him back closer to midfield, it looks like. Fonseca tosses in. Harford back on the attack. Dragunis. Gonzalez. The toss is into Tyshir Lawrence. Lawrence looking for options. Finds Franson. Haven't said his name in a while. Norton trying to break that up. Dragunis keeping it alive. He goes over. Roy with the crosser. And a save by Ryerson as he comes out of net to scoop up that crosser by Xavier Roy. And we have a Chris Herzog was down, it looks like. He's going to come off. Samson Ogunlie, the defender out of Geneva, Switzerland, is going to come into the game. He's been on the usual starting lineup this season. Did not start this contest. He's going to replace Herzog, who it looks like was down. Didn't catch that earlier, but yes, Herzog was down on one knee, and he's going to be pulled from the game. He's done a valiant effort so far on the defensive side of things. And he'll get checked out to make sure everything's okay. Back underway we go. Deep pass from Simmons, trying to get it to Truce Norton. Header by Schmeidel. Trying to get pressure. Bennett with the ball now. Nice pressure from Norton. He goes down to Roy. Roy. Trying to get it to Lawrence. Broken up by Estrada. Play the goalie, play the goalie. He will. He'll play the goalie. Ryerson sends it out. Simmons. Paz. There's a breakup by Dragunis. Ogunlie. Nice pass to Norton's. Got to win that fight. Roy. The pressure's going to force him to pass over to Cortez. Cortez up to Franson. Franson passes down to Gonzalez. Gonzalez will send it in the direction of Contreras. Ryerson comes up! Ooh, Jeff Estrada and Contreras both had to leap over him, but Ryerson with a nice save. Fonseca trying to get it down to Sam Santos. Santos trying to fight to get there instead of Cortez. Ooh, Cortez. Santos may have tripped over Cortez's ankle. Back the other way we go. Gonzalez tips it up for Dragunis. Dragunis trying to win that fight. Ogunleye and Dragunis collapse. Ogunleye's down and Ogunleye's hurt. There's a shot. Crosser. Ryerson. Oh, what a save by Simmons! What a save by Simmons! Simmons came in and stopped the goal. Ryerson wasn't in position. He had lunged for another save. And Simmons comes in and saves the shot from Contreras. Ogunleye's back on his feet. I got distracted for a second because Ogunleye was down and in pain. He did get injured last home game. And Ryerson will send that one sky high. It misses its intended target, headed up. Barrientos trying to get there in time. Darian passes there to keep it alive. He finds Norton. It's broken up by Gonzalez. Rex Pierce with the ball now. Nice little pass out to Contreras. Back to Pierce, intercepted by Barrientos. Barrientos trying to win the fight. Pierce tripped a little bit. He's trying to get it up to Santos. He got it past Roy. Goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Harford ball. Trying my best to keep up with the action, but it is intense. There is something happening non-stop. Kyle Simmons, that play earlier, probably going to get him a player of the game nomination on our Instagram with how well that was. Here's a chance for Santos. Santos is one man to beat. Roy was the one man, and he gets in there and knocks him out. There's a loose shin guard out there. That's Roy's. No, it's Santos' shoe. Roy picked it up and acted like it was a phone. Am I the only one who saw that? That is interesting. Ooh. As a foul called here, it's on Roy again as Barrientos got tripped up. He's holding his knee, but he seems to be okay. He's just walking it off. As this is a free kick deep in Fighting Owl territory. Chance here for the Dragons. It will be Darian Paz who will take it. Paz has been electric when it comes to free kicks and penalty kicks this year. He leads the Dragons in goals off of penalties and free kicks. Here's Paz. He's got a three-man wall in front of him. Massive bodies he's aiming for, or he could take the net. Paz, shot on the way. Bennett, oh, almost got in at the corner, but Bennett saves it. As Paz, it looks like, wasn't looking for a teammate. He was going for gold there. A good strategy as Bennett had left a good chunk of the goal open there, but Bennett's speed, he covers it up in time. Back we go. Cortez. Hounded by Barrientos, he passes out to Schmeidel. Schmeidel looking for somebody. He's going to find Bennett again. Bennett over to Cortez. Fighting Owls do have a couple players warming up on the sideline. We'll see if any of them go in. No team. They have not made subs yet. The Dragons did make that one with Samson Ogunleye, who is out there right now. Now, Ogunleye is the only international player listed on the roster, but there's a handful of players from El Salvador on the team that list Maryland as their hometown. One of them being Kevin Ruby there, who passes out to Sebastian Fonseca. Great to see Ruby getting a start as he has worked up to replace Mark Adja in the starting defense after Adja got hurt. Mark was one of the big losses during the injury bug that hit mid-season for the Dragons. Here's a chance for Lawrence. No, it's broken up by Simmons again. Kyle Simmons is going to be player of the game if this keeps up. He has been making insane play after insane play for the Dragons. Benitez stumbled a little bit as he got shoved out of bounds. Ball is going to be Harford possession. I think that was Josh Cannon who knocked him out. Yes, that was Joshua Cannon, who I believe has a brother on the team, Nick Cannon, goalkeeper 00. As Harford is getting ready to make its first sub. Chance for Pierce. Pierce out to Dragunis. Dragunis trying to get it to Contreras. And the Dragon defense coming up big again. Just about 21 minutes to go in this first half. Harford leads it 1-0. They scored early in the first half, but they haven't been able to get another really good chance. Here's Pierce. Hounded by defenders. Oh, that's an open net. Get there, Luke. Get there, Luke. Oh, what a save by Luke Ryerson. Oh, my God. Franson had a wide open net. Ryerson tipped it at the last second. It was Sebastian Franson who had the shot wide open, and Ryerson with probably the save of the season. Holy crap. Pardon my French. Nice pass by Barrientos to Darian Paz. Paz passes out, wide open lane for Fonseca. Let's see if they can use the momentum of that incredible save by Luke Ryerson, and they might have a chance. Santos slipped behind the defense. One man to beat, he beats him. Roy kicks it out of bounds. It's going to be a corner kick. We're also about to get our first sub from Harford here, as Truce Norton lines up for the corner. They're going to wait till after the sub. Norton will take it. On its way. It's up. Simmons with a chance. It's broken up. Simmons might have another chance there as a nice slide tackle out of bounds. That goes up into the stands. How about that? Subs coming in. It's number 26, the sophomore midfielder, number 26, Mohamed Dokore from Paris, France, comes into the game to replace Samuel Dragunas. And yes, that is another international player. That is, again, Mohamed Dokore from Paris, France. We're actually getting a check on pronunciation right here. We have one of our basketball players who's from France who's checking to make sure I got the Dokore? Dokore. Okay, we got it right. So, Mohamed Dokore coming to the game. Ogunlie, may have gotten away with a little push there on Pierce. Pierce wants a foul. He's not going to get it. Ogunlie might have gotten away with something there. As here's Santos. Nice play there. Oh, Santos goes down. He's a little slow to get up. I wince a little bit there because Sam Santos had a hip injury earlier this season. They kept him out of several games. Simmons breaks up that play. Paz passes back to Ogunlie. Simmons once again fighting with Pierce. Pierce trying to go for the crosser. Puts it up. Contreras. Oh! There was a whistle beforehand. And a foul called on Rex Pierce, it looks like. Harford. Rex Pierce is called for a foul as Simmons went down while he was defending. That's good because Contreras would have scored there. Rex Pierce getting those... Rex Pierce doing a great job there. Simmons, again, drawing that foul. How about that? Again, Simmons. He's your player of the game at the moment, Kyle Simmons. Schmeidel will pass back to Bennett as Harford looking for an opportunity here. Dragons have got some hungry defensive players out here. Here's Simmons. Lawrence. Going for the crosser. Hounded by Simmons. Broken up. Roy has a chance to set something up here. Roy. Blocked by Simmons. That's out. That's off Roy. That's a goal kick for the Dragons. Simmons again. Hell of a way to have your final home game of your career here. Kyle Simmons has been a starter on defense both seasons here with the Dragons. He was honored along with our 12 other sophomore players at our sophomore day game against Anne Arundel. Franson trying to set something up for Lawrence. Lawrence broken up by Simmons. Game of the year candidate right here from Kyle Simmons. He's been everywhere on the defensive side. As we got another sub getting set to come in for the Fighting Owls. That's number 21, Samuel Pratt from Leeds, England, getting ready to sub into the contest. Ryerson tips that up. That's dangerous. Norton knocked it out. Dokore. Cortez almost slipped on the ball. Finds Franson, trying to get it to Contreras. Jeff Estrada breaks it up. Fonseca. I gotta watch out. Roy's wide open. Paz breaks up that play, gets all over Dokore. Here's Schmeidel. Schmeidel coming up for the defense here, trying to get a play going. He finds Pierce. Pierce, save, shot! Oh, that was deflected by Fonseca. Contreras had an open shot, and Sebastian Fonseca makes the save. How about that? Again, the defense coming up crazy here. I have to wonder, though, how long could they keep this going? Paz goes down. That's a foul on Schmeidel as Paz gets knocked to the ground. And they're immediately going to try and take advantage. Here's Santos. Santos tripped up. Cortez managed to trip up Santos. He had an open net. I should say more, he had an open look. Contreras trying to find Lawrence again. Can the defense hold once more? Yes, they will. Simmons breaks up that play. Lawrence going for the crosser, trying to get it to Pierce. All right, into the game now. Samuel Pratt, freshman midfielder number 20. Oh, excuse me, wrong number. That is sophomore forward number 21, Matteo Carrazza from Civita Castellana, Italy, coming into the game. He is going to replace Tyshir Lawrence. As now here's a chance. Roy, try to get it. Oh, Contreras! That wasn't Contreras, excuse me. That was Carrazza. Carrazza tried to hit a he was trying to hit something there, and he passed the ball right to his hand for a handball. Dragons are getting a lot of breaks. Here's Ruby. There was a collision at midfield. Ruby trying to keep it alive. Paz with a breakup. Jeff Estrada gets it. Here comes Jeff. Jeff, deep pass down for Santos. Can he get there? Santos has to back off or it would be offsides. Bennett scoops it up. Dragons have had a lot of chances here, and with the way their defense is playing, the offense has to respond. Ooh, Paz got knocked down. That is a foul on Contreras, who shoved Paz to the ground as they were fighting for the ball. Ruby, Fonseca. Fonseca. Santos has a chance. He's being held. Where's the foul? There's the foul. Thank you. No. Was there? No, no foul. So whistle for a goal kick. Santos was being held there by at least two black jerseys. So Bennett will take the goal kick here. 13 and a half minutes to go. Barrientos had a piece of that one. Schmeidel, broken up by Paz, kept alive by Barrientos. They got to get momentum here. Barrientos is hounded out of bounds. It will be fighting owl ball. Roy looking for someone to throw into. Roy tosses in. He's going to find Franson. Now Franson puts it up. This is Cannon on the far side. Going for a deep crosser out to Dokore. Dokore with another crosser for Pierce. Too much power. It might go out. Pierce is going to be put into a box here by Fonseca. Get him, Sebastian. Goes out of bounds. No, it doesn't. Cannon keeps it alive. Broken up by Simmons. They might have another chance here. Dokore Ogunlie gets in there instead. And he finds Norton. Truce Norton. Nice pass. Norton trying to keep it alive. It's broken up. And Norton saying he was held there. I think he was. Harford getting a lot of chances here, but the Dragons' defense is held firm so far. Contreras, back to Gonzalez. Haven't said his name in a while. He's been quiet over in the midfield. Cannon, back to Cortez. Cortez, back to Gonzalez, back to Cortez. Franson. Benitez broke that up. Contreras has to send it back the other way for another reset. Harford just inching their way. It's kind of like a World War I battlefield. They're just inching their way closer and closer towards the net as they can't get any big splash plays. Fonseca sends it back the other way. Now Santos tried to outrace two defenders. Santos loses track. They're going to play the goalie here with Bennett. Roy, hounded by Norton. Wonder if Roy actually, if his last name is pronounced Waugh, because he does come from Quebec. Decore sends it down for Carraza. Simmons breaking it up. Ooh, Simmons getting physical. I like that, Kyle. Carraza goes down. Little spasm on the ground. He was mad, pounding the grass in frustration there as a foul wasn't called. Simmons got physical and atta boy Kyle getting in there. Make him mad, Kyle. Come on. Simmons passes down to Norton. Offense has got to get a score here the way the defense has been played. They might have a chance. Barrientos. Gonzalez gets physical with him. It sends it out of bounds, but that is deep in Fighting Owl territory, so could be a chance. Throw is in for Santos. Santos keeping it alive. Broken up by Harford. They just can't seem to find an open option down there. They might have one here. Ogunlier finds Kevin Ruby. Ruby tripped up. Carraza acting like he got hit in the face. I don't think Ruby's hand was anywhere near there. Fonseca. Big shot down. Santos, header! Saved by Bennett. Ooh, what a goal that would have been if Santos had a chance. Sam's had plenty of chances. He's going to get one if the Dragons keep playing at this level. They have been taking the task at hand to Harford. They have matched him on defense, as they might have a chance with Norton. Roy comes in there and breaks up that play with a nice slide tackle. Decore trying to break away from Barrientos, who is on the ball. He's chasing down Gonzalez. Gonzalez has to go back to Cortez. 9.5 to go. 1-0 Harford leads, but the Dragons have played like they're up. Roy will come up here. Pierce wanting the ball. Bad idea. There's big bad Kyle Simmons getting in the way. Harford has to backtrack. All right. Fighting Owls looking for a moment. I needed a breather there, folks. I've been talking so much. This has been a thrilling game so far. Norton trying to get in the way of Decore. Decore directing traffic, finds Roy. Roy putting it up for Pierce. Pierce, hounded by Ogunlier, gets back to Decore. Decore over to Cannon. May have overshot. Cannon has to back up back to midfield. Benitez comes up to cover. They get it to Contreras. Contreras looking for an opening. Hounded by Benitez. He finds Pierce in the middle. Barrientos is all over him. Pierce has to back up. He finds Cannon. Cannon gets it to Franson. Franson, it's broken up by Fonseca. Deflected off of Franson's shin guards and out of bounds. Fonseca will toss in. Cannon with the header to keep it alive for Harford. Pierce picks it up. Pierce sends it down in the direction of no one. Truce is there to scoop it up, and there's plenty of green grass around for Truce and the Dragons to try and get some momentum here. Truce carries it across midfield, little dump-off pass to Paz. Paz passes down to Ogunlier, who slipped behind the defense. Ogunlier gets it to Norton. Norton, under attack from Carraza. Down goes Norton. Where was the foul? We'll never know. And Carraza going the other way. Carraza with a crosser. It's intercepted by Simmons. Kevin Ruby got a piece of that and deflected it. Simmons gets it to Santos. Santos fighting around Schmeidel. Gets it away. Bennett's going to have to come out of net. As Santos couldn't get around Schmeidel, I need to take a breath of oxygen real quick. And I'm good. All right, back we go. Franson gets it to Contreras. Contreras looking for an opening. He finds Franson again. Franson has to back up to Cannon. Something we just noted up in the booth here, my cameraman Diego and our statistician Jalen Ivey, our volleyball coach. By the way, tune into our volleyball regular season finale on Saturday as we take on Baltimore City and Garrett in a doubleheader. They noted that Harford's defense is all over Sam Santos every time he gets the ball. They're not letting Santos get an open shot. They've been watching film. They know how dangerous Santos is if he gets open, and they are hounding him. They get it to Santos again. Santos tripped up a little bit. Schmeidel was there, but Norton keeps it alive, and he finds Santos. Santos has got 3 black jerseys in his vicinity. Schmeidel right there on him. They got their biggest defender on Santos. He goes back to Norton. Norton gets back to Paz. Paz got to keep it away from Carraza, and he will for the moment. He goes down. Fonseca wasn't in place, but he'll scoop back in. Fonseca with the pass up to Benitez. Benitez looking for an opening. He's trying to get it to Barrientos. Barrientos battling with Cortez for the ball. Down goes Barrientos. They're going to say that he knocked it out of bounds with his body as subs are coming in now. Entering the game for Hartford, it is freshman defender number 12, Dylan Buckley from Sydney, Australia, will enter the game. And the other Hartford sub is going to be, I believe that's number 23. Yes, that is freshman forward number 23, Michael Cespedes from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. He's going to wait a little bit to come in as Dylan Buckley enters the contest. Looks like he is going to replace... He has replaced Joshua Cannon, number 20 on the far side. So Buckley's in. So it looks like they're going to pull Rex Pierce here towards the end of this first half and put Michael Cespedes in. Pierce has been held in check for much of this game. Again, he is the leading scorer in Region 20's Division 1. Back to the action we go. Cortez with the header, kept alive by a nice pass there by Gonzalez. Ogunlier sends it the other way. Ruby with a little tip. Paz right back to Ogunlier. They're going to have to back up. Simmons trying to get through the middle. Paz fighting with Rex Pierce. Paz keeping it alive somehow. And down goes Gonzalez. There's a whistle. And it's a foul on Darian Paz. Gonzalez is down. He is rubbing his knee. His face fully in the grass. I think... I'm hoping he's okay. Looks like he's taking a breather. I was a little concerned because he was face down in the grass. And he's back on his feet. That was number 18, Tomas Gonzalez from Chile, who went down. All right, 4 minutes to go in this first half. Harford leads 1-0, but they've been playing like they're down the whole time because of how well this Howard defense has been played. It's 2 H schools. I'm going to get them mixed up at one point, Howard and Harford. We need a nickname for this game, the H Bowl. I like it. Gonzalez, fresh off the injury, he's going to fire a pass that is intercepted by Fonseca with the header. Backing up, here's Buckley. Buckley sends it over to Decore. Decore's got a wide open Roy on the near side. He's instead going to go for Pierce. Pierce wasn't ready for it. He gets the crosser over to Roy. Roy looking for an opening. Roy goes for a crosser. Ryerson comes out of net, makes the save. How about that? Ryerson came out, got all up in the business of Contreras. There's going to be another chance here. Pierce heads it up. Ogunlier covers it. Fires out. Decore is there. Decore looking for an opening. The Dragons could survive this. It would be big. They haven't had Hartford hasn't been able to get the ball down into Dragon territory for quite some time. Cortez, 3 minutes to go, finds Decore, hounded by Barrientos. He goes back to Cortez. Cortez finds Buckley, who moves up from the defensive line. Now Buckley, covered by Benitez. Barrientos. Got a piece of that, it'll roll out of bounds. Possession will stick with Hartford. Sub coming in, Cespedes is in, Rex Pierce is out. Ruby. Going the other way. Need to take a moment there to catch my breath. Here's Decore. Looking for options. He's going to find Contreras, who's had a lot of good looks at this game, but has yet to find net. Ball's up. Norton covers. 2 minutes to go. Norton squeezing through black jerseys. Decore might have gotten away with a jersey grab there. Gets it down to Franson. Franson sends it over to Gonzalez. Roy up to Decore. Decore finds Cespedes. Broken up by Simmons. Cespedes is like, where's my help? Ball rolls out. It is Harford ball with a minute and a half left in the half. X, yeah. That's his first name. Roy. Norton got tossed to the ground. Roy scything through traffic. Simmons partially broke that one up, allow his pass to get it out. Down for Santos. Cortez with a header. As 1 minute is left in the first half. Orientos. Decore sends it up to Cortez. Cortez looking for Buckley. Contreras will pick it up instead. He passes back down to Franson. 47 seconds. Decore. Franson. And a chance. Ruby. Santos. They have to play the goalie. Oh, but a mistake is made. 30 seconds. Get up, get up. A mistake was made there. Cortez sent it out of bounds behind the net. It's going to be a corner here with seconds left. Dragons have to scramble to get it into position. 20 seconds. Rafa Benitez will take the corner. Coach Rob says to wait. Wants to make sure there won't be any time left for Harford to make an attack. Benitez takes the corner. It's up. It's headed. There's a chance. It's knocked out of there. It was Barrientos who got a piece of it. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds. 1 second. Cespedes won't get a shot off. Good thinking there by Rob Ryerson as the half comes to an end to wait and make sure there wouldn't be any time left for Harford to make a counterattack. But that'll do it for an exhilarating first half. 1-0 the score. Harford leads. And we're going to go ahead and take a break. I'm going to get some oxygen and some water. And we'll see if Howard can break this game open in the second half. We'll take a break. We'll be back. You're watching Howard Dragons soccer. Wow, I got ahead of myself. Basketball starts next month. Sorry about that. You're watching Howard Dragons men's soccer here on Vimeo. We'll be right back. And we're going to welcome you into the booth real quick. As what's going on, everybody? It's the big man in the booth, Isaac Donsky here, and I'm here with Diego, our cameraman, who also plays soccer. So he's at all the games, and we're it's a good game so far. At the half, 1-0 Harford leads. They scored in the first 5 minutes, but ever since then, Howard's defense has been keeping it uncomfortably close for the Fighting Owls. What has Howard got to do on offense to get into net?
Well, I think Howard's offense has been a little bit one-dimensional in this first half. Everything is just forward, forward, forward. Whether it's their defense winning the ball and kicking it up to Sam and having him try to go through on goal, or playing it out wide and having their wingers just drive forward. I think this Harford team is just too good for such a one-dimensional offense. They pretty much have them figured out. And against previous teams, it's worked where Sam's been able to go one on one against the center backs and win, or Truce has been able to go one on one against the fullbacks and beat them. But against this team, I think Howard's going to have to use a little bit more teamwork, a little bit more patience, and instead of just going forward, 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 having to try to keep the ball a little longer, pass it until they find an opening where they can get in to a shooting opportunity. If they keep going forward, 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 they're just gonna, they're just gonna, they're not gonna see much success against this Hartford team.
It's definitely going to be an uphill battle for the Dragons. We'll be back in about 3 minutes with the start of the second half. Thank you, Diego, for coming in, and thank you for all your hard work behind the camera this season. We'll be back in about 3 minutes with the start of the second half. got a goalie change here, folks. Harford has changed their goalie. Archie Bennett is out. Freshman goalkeeper number 0, Louis Reichert from Germany is in as we're getting set to start the second half. Harford making a big-time goalie change. We're underway. 1-0 Harford leads. You saw in our little halftime spiel, Howard has got to change up their offense if they want a chance. They're on the attack here as we get this second half underway. Here's Truce Norton firing down for Brian Barrientos. On the field for the Dragons, it's going to be Luke Ryerson still in goal. On the defensive line, Samson Ogunlie, Jefferson Estrada, Kyle Simmons, Chris Herzog, Kevin Ruby, Darian Paz are in the middle. And up front, it's Rafa Benitez, Sebastian Stan. There is a nice save by Ryerson to get that away from encroaching attack from the Fighting Owls. On the field for the Fighting Owls, it is Buckley, Gonzalez, Franson, Docore, Cortez, Contreras, Schmeichel, Lawrence, as there's a save off a header by Lawrence, Rex Pierce, and Louis Reichert. Louis Reichert from Germany. Those are your lineups as we have started this second half. Both teams with a good attempt so far. We're underway. Buckley passes out to Franson. There's a foul called there. That's going to be against Gonzalez. Made a mistake, by the way. Yes, no, I did not make a mistake. Contreras is on the field as Brian Barrientos gets knocked to the ground. So you heard the halftime spiel. Dragons, the offense, it's too one-dimensional in that first half. The goal was get it to Sam Santos, let him do his thing. But Harford's watched their tape. They know what's coming. They know how tough of a player Santos is. They know that the best way to beat him is to just hound him defensively. And that's what they have done so well. As you see another example of it right here, as they hound Santos, don't even let him get close to the net. They did make a change at goalkeeper, though, so I'm curious to see why that decision was made as Truce Norton goes down. No foul is called. The goal here is to try and diversify the offense, as here's Norton keeping it alive. Truce trying to set up a crosser. Puts it up. It's headed out of there by Gonzalez. Herzog's come up for the defensive line. He's going to keep it alive. Herzog going for the assist. That was headed out by a lunging Cortez. Franson on the return. Darian Paz all up in his business. He's going to send it back to Buckley. Buckley finds Cortez. Cortez will send it up to Lawrence. Lawrence, who scored the only goal in the game 5 minutes into the first half. He's back in. He was subbed out late as Harford tried to replenish their forwards. Here's Cortez. Finds Rex Pierce. Pierce back down to Cortez. Buckley missed it, and it rolls out of bounds. Benitez try to hound Buckley. Lawrence finds Buckley, blocked by Estrada, rolls right back out of bounds. Buckley tosses it, trying to get it to Pierce quickly. Pierce has a chance to set up a crosser. Crosser's on the way, headed out of there by Herzog. Ryerson went lunging in the other direction. They were covering all angles there. Contreras tried to respond. He had Benitez and Simmons all up in his business, and he's forced to kick it out of bounds. Simmons has to rewrap his captain's patch. It was coming off. I think it may have been grabbed. Dragons trying to get it out. A mistake there by Paz that went out of bounds. It will be Fighting Owls ball. On the response, let's see what they could do here. Simmons, nice slide tackle, breaks up that play. Intended for Lawrence. And now they're trying to get it to Santos. Santos might have a chance here. The defense is all on him. He's got to break away. Santos trying to keep it away. He's trying to get it to Norton. Santos keeps it alive, keeps fighting. Come on, Sam. It's broken up finally by Cortez out of bounds, and it's Dragon Ball. Santos fought for that one and won the battle. Herzog will toss in deep in fighting owl territory. A lot of chances like this in the first half. Can the Dragons get a response? Norton comes up to cover. They got to find some openings here. They've got to find some openings. Tosses in. Cortez with a piece of it. It's knocked up and away by Roy. Franson back to Cortez. Cortez. And now a chance. Ryerson will come up to play that one after Contreras into deep downfield. He gets it over to Norton. There's a scrum over who had possession, and it's going to be Harford ball. Harford will take possession. They're trying to get it deep down to Franson. Franson trying to beat the keeper. Franson shoots, and it's tipped away by Luke Ryerson. Great play there by Luke. That will set up a corner for Harford. I believe this is their first corner of the entire game. Going to be a quick corner, headed out of there by Chris Herzog. Norton's the only one nearby, and he's going to try to keep it alive. Norton gets tripped up, and a foul is called on Gonzalez as he tripped up Truce Norton. Norton limps a little bit as he gets off of the field. And we'll see who takes the free kick. Dragons taking their time here. Dragons had a really smart heads-up play right before the end of last half. We mentioned it earlier. I'll mention it again. Coach Rob Ryerson, they had time. They had a corner. Coach Rob Ryerson told Rafa Benitez, who was taking the corner, wait until 15 seconds are on the clock. We don't want any time for Harford in case they have a chance to counterattack, and it worked. Harford didn't have a chance to get a shot off. That was just what the doctor ordered for the Dragons, who did a valiant effort after that, giving up that early goal of keeping this game scoreless. If that early goal doesn't go in, this is a 0-0 game at the half. And we're looking at both teams playing frantically, which has still happened. Simmons gets tripped up. Fans wanted a foul. They're not going to get one. Back the other way we go. Estrada finds Ogunlier. Ogunlier, Paz finds Benitez. Benitez trying to find an opening around Buckley. Nice pass out to Paz. It's broken up by Gonzalez, but Rafa keeping it alive. Look at Rafa. There's a big collision. There's going to be a card. Who's it on? Contreras shoved Ogunlier. And a yellow card on Contreras. Referee telling Howard to calm down. Rafa's on his feet. As Contreras is given a yellow card, he collided with Benitez. They both fell. Oh, and a yellow card given to Ogunlier too, it looks like. Double yellow cards, one to Samson Ogunlier, another to Contreras. I don't know if they did actually. Hold on, I don't think they did. I think he was, okay. Clarification, yes. The ref was just telling him that they had given a yellow card. Contreras has been given the yellow. Ogunlier did not get one. The ref was just letting him know why he gave the yellow to Contreras. Contreras has given the yellow. He and Benitez went down. Samson came in to pick up his teammate, and Contreras gave Ogunlier a big shove, and the ref gave him a yellow. I thought for a second, my apologies, folks, I didn't see right, as Benitez is getting shoved around by Franson. He's boxed into a corner. It's out of bounds. And it's going to stay Dragon ball. Is it a corner? It is a corner. Good move there by Rafa Benitez to draw a corner. Let's see what he could do. "37 minutes to go here. Howard with another big chance. Benitez puts it up. Too much power. It overshot its target. Herzog tried to keep it alive. He passes down to Truce Norton. Norton puts it up. Trying to get it to Santos. Headed away by Cortez. Another header by Decore, and it's going back the other way. Herzog will play the keeper. Ryerson coming deep up there, and he keeps it alive, sending it back to midfield. Norton fighting hard here. He misses an attempt there. Roy picks it up and sends it the other way. Harford won't get a chance there. Jefferson Estrada breaks up that play. Gets it to Herzog. Herzog sends it up high. Simmons. Oh, Simmons gets dropped. There was a lull in the action. Ogunlie kicks it out. Got to be careful here. Paz keeps it alive. There goes Darian. Darian sends it up. Brian fights for it and has got it. Now Brian trying to get it to Truce. Truce. Oh, Truce fell awkwardly. He's back on his feet, but Chris is there to keep it alive. Chris sends it downfield. Brian racing. Brian got shoved by Roy there. Couple of spinning plays by Norton, who's back on his feet. He looks okay. He fell a little bit awkwardly. That scared me. And they're trying to get a chance here for Lawrence. Ryerson keeps it alive. Luke's playing aggressive here. He's gonna give me heart. I'm gonna get heart palpitations. Let's not get too aggressive there. Been a fun game so far. This has been a phenomenal game. Howard desperately needs a goal here to keep this game in reach. But they're also desperately trying to keep Harford from scoring, and Harford's trying to put this game away. Buckley keeps it alive, or did he? He did not. It went out of bounds. Darian kicks it over to Luke. Subs are coming in. New subs, new players for Harford, who's going to try and replenish the troops here. Into the game comes number 10, sophomore Lucas Ubel Wanmacher from Porto Alegre, Brazil, on the midfield, and freshman midfielder number 16, Alessandro Campos from Valencia, Venezuela. So Campos and Wanmacher into the contest to try and replenish Harford as they pull out some of their midfield attacks. Here's an opportunity for Benitez. Rafa Benitez off the pass from Santos. Gets off a shot. It's wide. Buckley got in there at the last second and broke up the play. That was a great look for the Dragons, who so far have had plenty of chances here, but just haven't been able to score yet. But it is coming the way they've been playing. The moment they break through and score, it's going to be big. All we need is one here again. And again, even if the Dragons lose, it doesn't hurt that bad because Harford is a Division I team. A loss isn't really going to affect their standings in the Division II playoffs. It'll hurt morale, definitely. It would be their it will be their 5th loss in the last 7 games, as here's a chance here for Rex Pierce, but they can still afford in terms of the playoffs. Good defense from Jeff Estrada breaks that up, and it's going to set up a corner kick here for Harford. Now, if the Dragons can tie this game or win it, and there is a chance with how aggressively they've been playing, it would be incredible considering that Harford is a top-tier Division I school with tons of international players and insane recruiting. Corner kick is going to be taken short here. Lawrence sets it up. It is over the heads of its intended target. They were going to try and get Xavier Roy. So we're going the other way. Once again, a loss isn't the worst thing in the world. It definitely hurts morale, and the Dragons would love to close out the season with a win. But in terms of the Region 20 Division II playoffs, it doesn't hurt that bad. Still, though, we might have a chance. Oh, there's a jersey grab on Santos. Where is the foul? Are you kidding me? Santos was being held big time by Schmeichel there, and he gets back and picks it up again. Santos comes up, passes out to Norton. Norton slides through the defenders. Here comes Truce. Truce trying to get away with a crosser. Truce keeps it alive. It's knocked out of bounds. And a yellow card is being given for the shirt pull. Okay, so there is a yellow card against Harford. I believe it's going to be on number 30, Vincent Schmeichel, for the jersey pull. Diego just explained the ref played advantage because we had the ball. It'll be a corner kick by Truce Norton, and a chance. It's up. Darian tries to get a shot. Darian goes for the crosser. It's up. It's headed away by Gonzalez. Simmons coming in. Simmons keeps it alive. Simmons, Ruby, Benitez, Santos. Benitez goes down. There's a foul on the Dragons. What? The man is rolling in pain on the ground, and you're going to call a foul against him? Are you kidding me? The crowd not pleased with that. Rafa Benitez, he's on the ground in pain, and they call the foul on him. Are you kidding me? Oh, no. Oh, no, and now the ref is getting into it with has stopped the clock. We caught that on video, right? The ref just responded. One of the coaches on the sideline was yelling. The ref and the coach exchanging as they need the trainers out for Rafa Benitez, who's still on the ground in pain. My God, you know, we're taking an injury timeout. Injury timeout. Ref is talking with Rob Ryerson. Someone on the Catonsville sideline was saying that was a bad call, and the ref turned around, stopped the clock, and yelled back. I've never seen that before. I'm glad we got video footage of that. Rafa Benitez is still down. There was a collision between Rafa and Gonzalez for Harford. Gonzalez stayed up. Rafa went down. And Rafa got hurt. This is interesting. Never seen this before. They're going to help Rafa off. Ooh, he looks like he's in a lot of pain. We're going to take the camera off for privacy purposes. He is up on his feet. That's Rafa Benitez, ladies and gentlemen. He's been playing tough. Mateo Thomas Moore, is going to check into the game to replace Rafa, who is limping off the field with the assistance of our athletic trainers, with our athletic trainer, Tim Happel. This is fire. I'll tell you one thing. Howard's fired up. Howard's fired up after that call. They're fired up. The coaching staff is fired up. We're us in the booth are fired up. That ref, he's got a little mouthy there. Paz finds Moore. Here's where Mateo is the best. Oh, he trips. He had a wide open. He tries to get back at Buckley. Mateo, he's so fast. I think he kind of got a little too aggressive there. It's okay, though. As the Dragons, play with fire. Down goes. Down goes Wanmacher. Paz got physical there, and Wanmacher hit the ground hard. Oh, it's getting really chippy, guys. I'm just saying now. They got to be careful. Ruby goes down. The bodies are hitting the floor. This is getting really, really aggressive. Here's Norton. Norton passes out to Ogunlie. Ogunlie finds Paz. Back to Sampson. Sampson gets it to Mateo. Here's where Mateo's speed comes in. Moore down the sideline. Moore. Truce. Back to Moore. He's going to keep it up. Buckley's all over him. Moore. Crosser. And it's scooped up by Reichert. Both team had to take a breather for a second, folks, because this one is getting really chippy. Harford is still in control at the moment. They're getting ready for some more subs, but Howard's defense is playing with a ferocity I have not seen all season. They are pissed about what happened. Pardon my French, but they are pissed. I might get in trouble for that. I do apologize for the language. I'm trying to keep it together. But after that call against Rafa Benitez, the Dragons are ticked off. There we go. We'll say that. Ruby picked up instead by Lawrence. Lawrence will play back to the defense here. He finds Roy. Roy gets to Rex Pierce. Pierce looking for an opening, broken up by Darian Paz. And now a chance. Lawrence shot! Goal! Beats the keeper, and Tyshir Lawrence scores his second goal of the game. It's 2-0. Lawrence with the assist from Rex Pierce. Subs are coming in, entering the game for Harford. Number 8, Sebastian Franson is back in. And number 2, sophomore defender number 2, Kean Pucher from Jarrettsville, Maryland, has entered the game. Contreras has also checked back into the game as well, number 17. 2-0. We're back underway. Still a lot of time left, 30 minutes to go. But that one hurt. As Tyshir Lawrence scores his second goal of the game, Dragons have got to keep the pressure up here. So now we get to see if the Dragons can play from behind to keep this one close. Get a goal back, get momentum back their way. Ogunlier breaks up that play. Yes. And the Sanders. Dragons trying to keep this one from getting any uglier here. Luke Ryerson will roll it out to Samson Ogunlier. We're checking the tape right now because we think our standings might be a little bit wrong on our broadcast, as Mateo Moore fighting hard there to try and keep it alive. Contreras batted away. Herzog finds Norton. Norton trying to get to Santos. Santos has got to fight. Down goes Schmeidel. Ball went out of bounds. It'll be Dragons ball. Norton will toss in. It's the same situation we saw in the first half. The offense continuing to just go forward and get it to Sam Santos. Here's Norton trying to get to Barrientos, broken up by Cortez. Roy is there with the header. Ruby intercepts, finds Norton again. Norton knocked to the ground, and a foul was called against Roy. So Xavier Roy called for the foul there. Norton's up on his feet. Norton will take the free kick. It's up. And right into the hands of the keeper, Reichert, for the save. Still 26 minutes to go. A lot of soccer left. But it's a 2-0 hole here for the Dragons. They've come back from more, and I've got good news, folks. After going down hard and being helped off the field, Rafa Benitez is getting set to check back in. Here comes Tyshir Lawrence. Lawrence over to the middle, finds Doucouré. Doucouré dodges Trust. Ogunlier goes down, a foul's called. And it's going to be on Brian Barrientos, it looks like. Yeah. This is going to be dangerous territory here for the Dragons, fighting out with a free kick deep in their own territory. Who's going to take the free kick here? It might be Franson. It might be Pierce. It's going to be Pierce. He shoots, and it's over the net. Dodging a bolt there. The Dragons subs are coming in. Rafa Benitez is checking back into the game for the Dragons. He's going to replace Mateo Moore. And number 14, David Amador, the freshman midfielder from Baltimore, Maryland, is into the game. He will replace Mohamed Doucouré, and we're back underway. Wouldn't it be special if they could get the ball back to Benitez and get him a chance here after he was involved in that controversial yellow card? That was a yellow card on Rafa, right? No, penalty. Just a regular foul. Okay, my mistake. They'll immediately go to Rafa. Puts it up for Brian. Ricochets off the legs of number 16. That's Alessandro Campos. And they get it back now to Reichert. Reichert will kick it up. Look at Rafa coming in there hard. He wants a piece of this. Oh, Darian Paz wasn't in position. And here's Cheshire Lawrence, broken up by Simmons. Jefferson Estrada keeps it alive. Simmons sends it deep. Santos, nice header, trying to get it to Norton. It's broken up by Roy. Going the other way now. Here's Amador. Miscommunication. Franson has to back up. Cortez sends it up. Maybe a chance here for Darian Paz. Slid tackled out of bounds by Pucher. And Samson Ogunleye will toss in. Headed away by Franson. And nice play there by Ruby to get it away from Rex Pierce. They're moving forward now. Try to get it to Benitez. Santos keeps it alive. Here's Santos fighting with Cortez. Fighting hard. Might win the battle. He fights Benitez. It's broken up. Santos is still there. He still has a chance. More bodies are getting up. Santos with the crosser. It's headed up. Moving for Darian Paz. Paz trying to keep it alive. It's broken up by Contreras. Harford trying to get it out of there quickly. Campos puts it up for Lawrence. Lawrence, there's Simmons standing in the way. He's been quiet this second half, but he's still been as dominant as ever. Herzog, Ruby, trying to get it back to Chris. Dragons might have a chance here if they could just inch forward, as that's going to be Dragon Ball. No, it'll be Fighting Out Ball. Norton wants to know why. They'll push forward. I feel like for the Dragons, if they want a chance here, they got to slowly push forward like Harford was doing at the end of the first half. Just slowly inch forward until they get into range, instead of just going all out and trying to get the ball to Sam. Simmons goes down, but gets right back onto his feet. Brian picks that up. They're going to go to Sam. Sam struggling to gain control of it. It's broken up by Rex Pierce. Pierce finds Amador. Amador, that's headed away by Herzog. Franson looking for an opening, hounded by Paz. Fires back to Schmeidel. Barrientos not letting that one get away from the keeper. Ruby misses a header. That one went off the chin of Pierce, and a foul called on Rex Pierce. It's a handball, they're going to say. I thought it got off the chin. It looks like they're going to say that it got off of his hand. Here's Darian. Little pass up to Truce. Here we go. Here we go. They're slowly but surely making their way up. They go up to Sam again. Sam, breaking away from the defender. Santos trying to go for the crosser, partially blocked by Franson. And it's out of bounds. And it's going to be a corner kick for the Dragons. Here we go. 20 minutes to go in this one. Dragons trail 2-0. A goal here could change momentum. Let's see what happens. Norton will take the corner. It will be a short dump off to Darian Paz. Paz, Norton, shot! Partially blocked. There's an opportunity. Schmeidel breaks it away. Now here comes David Amador chasing the ball down the other way. It's out of bounds. It's off the Dragons, they're going to say. And it will be Harford ball. There's a pass down for number 16. That is Campos. Good defense here by Brian Barrientos coming back from the front. Future up to Lawrence. Lawrence finds Franson. Franson gets it down to Schmeidel. Schmeidel coming all the way up. Passes to Lawrence. Lawrence shot! Misses the crosser. Ryerson was out of position. And subs are going to come in off the corner. Wanmacher checking back into the game. He is going to replace Campos. So Alessandro Campos checks out. Lucas Ubel Wanmacher checks in. Wanmacher out of Brazil. Corner on the way. Headed off the post. Cortez had an open net, and it's off the post. That would have been a header, too. Cortez falls down, out of bounds. Possession will go to the Dragons. Ogunlier tucks in. Nice pass by Ruby. Gets past Butcher. Benitez chasing it down. Reichert. That's headed out of bounds by Benitez. Huger feints the throw-in and instead throws back to Cortez. Dragon forwards making things difficult for the midfield here. Barrientos. Ooh, that was close. Butcher goes down. And a foul was called. Foul on Brian Barrientos. Butcher will take the free kick. It will be Franson who will take it instead, as we've got 18 minutes to go. Still time, but time is short. Kick on the way. It's up. Pierce. Barrientos fighting hard, looking for openings. Puts it up for Santos. Broken up by Schmeidel. Harford was a little slow to respond there. Butcher puts it out of bounds. Norton will toss in. Simmons. Estrada sends it out. Good play by Darian Paz. Paz puts it up. Norton chasing it down. Norton will get there. He'll keep it from going out. Norton into the corner. Norton looking for an option. It's broken up by Roy. Roy sends it over to Amador. Amador finds Franson. Franson sends it down to Lawrence. Lawrence putting it up for Contreras. Contreras driving hard. Ogunlier with a good defensive move. Ruby sends it back. And here comes Samson Ogunlier, who goes down. No call on that one, strangely. Here's Benitez. Good play by Rafa Benitez. Butcher keeps it alive. Benitez keeps it alive and sets it up perfectly for Ogunlier. Cortez got there first, though. Herzog. Paz. Wanbacher trying to get a set up for Pierce. Simmons comes up. Great play. Harford wanted a pass back there, but ref says otherwise, says it was accidental. Butcher. Franson. Roy. Amador. And they're going to call a foul on Brian Barrientos for that one. A little too handsy from Brian. 15 and a half minutes to go in the second half. And in our home coverage this year, barring the playoff game. Looks like they're going to pull Rex Pierce once again as the free kick on the way, kept out of there by Howard, excuse me. That's Chris Herzog. Barrientos looking for help. Sends it deep downfield for Truce Norton. Norton trying to keep it alive. It's knocked out of there by Roy. Subs getting set to come in. Coraza and Cespedes both getting set to come in for Harford. Benitez breaks up that play. Boy, Rafa has been just stellar ever since coming out of the game. Since coming back in, he's been excellent. Barrientos trying to get it to Norton. Tripped up a bit, wasn't able to get there. They'll play it back to the keeper. Reichert. Schmeidel. Deep pass down. That'll be scooped up by Ryerson, who rolls it out for Simmons. 14 and a half minutes to go. Dragons have got to act now. Ruby. Herzog. Puts it down for Rafa. Now Rafa's got a fight with Pucher here. Rafa. Oh, gets chucked out of bounds. Keeps it. It'll be Dragon's ball. He stays on his feet. Good move there by Rafa. Rafa tosses it for Sam. Keeps it alive. Benitez trying his best. He gets tripped up. That's out of bounds off of Rafa, they're going to say. Subs are coming in. Michael Cespedes is in. Mateo Carrazza is in. Tashir Lawrence is going to check out. Rex Pierce is going to check out. So they're going to pull their two starting forwards here, including the one man who's been able to score today for the Dragons, for the Fighting Owls, in Tashir Lawrence. Dragons also getting set for a something here, for a substitution here. Darian Paz. Ooh, nice second effort on the slide tackle. Finds Rafa. Rafa gets it up to Sam. Sam with the chance. Sam, it's knocked out of bounds by Cortez. That's going to be a corner kick. Or is it? Yes. Rafa will take it looks like. Subs coming in. Antonio Argueta Perez is going to check in for the Dragons, number 15. No, they're going to wait. Rafa will take the corner. Dragons don't have a lot of bodies up, but they have a lot of bodies in the back to come up for support. Under 13 to go. Rafa's kick is on the way. Was looking for a header for Simmons. It's picked up by Truce Norton. Oh, Norton with a big trip there. Down goes Roy. I think that's Roy. Yes, that's Xavier Roy who goes down. The foul is against Truce Norton. And we're going the other way. Mateo Thomas Moore also getting set to come in for the Dragons. Harford back on the attack. Here's Carrazza. Simmons breaks it up. Simmons. Oh, goes down. Both go down. Simmons gets back to his feet first and keeps it alive. Great play there by Kyle Simmons. Herzog with a deep pass down for Santos. Ball goes out of bounds. Santos frustrated. Harford's just been covering him all day long. Trying to get it down to Contreras. Ogunle sends it out. It will land in the hands of a Harford player. That's number 16. That was Campos. It lands in Campos' hands. Ball's tossed in. Headed up by Ogunle. There's a chance here. Carrazza looking to get a shot. Cespedes will take one, and it's nowhere near the net. Still in play, though. Carrazza keeps it alive. Puts up a crosser, and Contreras misses the header. It goes high. Subs are in. Antonio Argueta Perez is in. He's going to replace Sam Santos. Mateo Thomas Moore is in. He will replace Truce Norton. So the Dragons are going to replenish their forward attack here. They're going to give Sam some rest. They're going to give Truce some rest. They've been basically playing the entire game. You got to know that they're frustrated. Ball's underway. Truce Norton not off the field yet. Now he is. Perez. Barrientos. Rafa. Setting it up for Darian. Darian. Fighting to get in there. Almost had it, man. That was Brian Barrientos. Excuse me. That was Brian. My bad. I saw a 9. I thought it was Darian, 19, who's moved up front now. As the Dragons have adjusted in. Here's Darian. Darian. Looking for options. Darian. Puts it for Rafa. Rafa keeping it alive. Darian will keep it back up. It goes out. That's going to be a corner. Corner kick coming up here. They're going to bring Kyle Simmons up again. And Harford getting ready to send in subs too. Harford's getting ready to send number 25, Matthew Sidlecki, into the game. Kick on the way. Corner taken by Darian. Headed out of there. Antonio Perez is there to cover it. Antonio has it nearly stolen away. It was stolen away by Franson. Antonio gets it back, finds Mateo. Moore. And a foul called as Moore collided hard with Roy, it looks like. No, that was Schmeidel. So here's my thinking on what the Dragons are trying to do here. Harford's been covering Sam Santos well all game. My thinking is this. They're trying to think if they take Sam and Truce out of the game, who are their two biggest threats up front, taking them out and putting in some guys that don't play as much might confuse Harford a bit because there's not as much tape on Antonio Perez and Mateo Moore as there is on Sam Santos, Truce Norton. That's my feeling, that putting in some newer guys will make things a little more unpredictable for the Fighting Owls. Number 25, Matthew Sidlecki checking in, freshman defender from Forest Hill, Maryland. He replaces Xavier Roy, who will exit the contest. Fighting Owls with a chance here. They're immediately going to go to Sidlecki. Amador. A little bit of a miscommunication. Barrientos tripped up and a foul called on Brian Barrientos. 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes to go in the final home game of the regular season. Harford trying to put this one away for what would be, I believe, their 10th win of the year. Dragons trying to avoid what would be their 5th loss of the last 7 games. That one over the head of Cespedes. And the Dragons will get another chance. Miscommunication chance. Carraza got held. No call as Jefferson Estrada got a hand in there. Refs did not make a call there. Here's Perez. Benitez knocked out of bounds. It will be Dragon Ball. Benitez will toss in. He's going to go to Brian. Barrientos managed to hit it. Perez, Benitez, same team, guys, same team. Here's Benitez. Rafa, shot! Blocked by Reichert. Another sub coming in for Harford here is there. Here's Contreras. Passes down to Pucher. Pucher carving his way through the defense. It's broken up by Kevin Ruby. Rafa sends it down for Brian. Chance there. Jeff breaks it up with the chest. Darian. It's it over for Mateo Thomas Moore. Mateo. Good crosser. Try to get it to Brian. He's in there. It's knocked out of bounds by Pucher. That's going to be a corner kick. And another opportunity. Logan Sabatino getting set to come in for Harford. And another sub as well. Harford continuing to replenish its forces here. As Rafa will take the free kick with 5.5 to go. Excuse me, the corner kick. Corner on the way. Simmons got a header off. Reichert's there. Simmons pounds the ground in frustration. Here's Contreras. Jefferson Estrada with another breakup there. Jeff looking for options. Finds Herzog. Ball out of bounds. And a foul called on Carraza. Carraza can't believe it. Estrada takes the kick quickly, gets it out to Samson Ogunlier. Ogunlier sends it down to Benitez. Rafa knocked right back out of bounds by Pucher. 4.5 to go. If you need a miracle, here it is. Tossed in for Brian. Brian fighting to get away from Cortez. Out of bounds, and possession will stay with the Dragons. 4 minutes 15. Rafa throws in, headed up. Kept alive by Harford. Antonio fighting for it. Keeps it alive. Going the other way now. Ogunlier. Carraza got away from him. Carraza splits the middle. Kevin Ruby is there to keep it alive. Ruby sends it for Benitez. Blocked by Pucher. More subs getting ready to come in for both teams in these final minutes. 3.5. Looks like they're going to pull Rafa Benitez here and send in Blyden the Lung. Three minutes to go. Ruby with a deep shot down to Rafa. Pucher lunging to get that away, and now a chance here for Cespedes. Ryerson with the save. 2.5 left. Simmons has that broken up by Michael Cespedes. Cespedes, shot. Ryerson makes the save, and he's quickly going to roll it out for Sampson. Sampson. Brian trying to get a header to Rafa. Wasn't there. Cortez. Schmeidel. 2 minutes left. It's not over yet. But if opportunities continue to disappear for the Dragons, it might be. Out of bounds, subs coming in. Blyden Lung is in for the Dragons. He replaces Blyden Lung. Logan Sabatino from Bel Air, Maryland. The freshman midfielder, number 3, is in. And freshman defender, number 5, Ethan Ducan from Canada, is also checking in. He's actually going to wait, it looks like. No, he's going to come in for Cortez. So Harford now with pretty much their entire bench out there. Both teams primarily playing their bench in this final minute and a half of play. Barrientos coming up. Reichert sends it down. Amador is there. 1 minute to go. If a miracle was ever needed, it was needed now. Harford will take a corner kick here in these final seconds. And it will be a shallow corner here to Amador. Pass on the way. Got to be careful. There was an opening. As Moore keeps it alive. 30 seconds. Goes right back to the defense. 20 to go. Ten seconds left, and this might do it. Amador will pass back. One last shot. Goes wide. That'll do it. Harford gets the win, 2-0 over the Dragons. The final home game of the season will go to the opponent here. Tough loss for Howard. It is their 5th loss in their last 7 games. Just 2 games left on the schedule for the Fighting Owls. They've got CCBC Essex next Tuesday, and then next Sunday, a week from Sunday, they play their regular season finale against Potomac State. One win will clinch a home playoff game for the Dragons. If they lose out, there is a very good chance that they will have to go on the road. Been a tough going here for the Dragons, but they played a fantastic game, especially in that first half. A big shout out to Harford. Impressive win here today for the Fighting Owls. They will be a force to be reckoned with as they will battle with Montgomery for the Region 20 Division 1 championship. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and sign off. For all of us here at Howard Community College, I want to thank everybody for their work getting these broadcasts together, and I want to thank you, the fans, for your patience in our early technical issues that we had at the start of the season. Thankfully, we got those ironed out. So for all of us here at I've already said that. Let me rephrase. I want to give a big shout out to my cameraman Diego, who's been a fantastic cameraman this season, and a huge shout out to our head volleyball coach, sports information assistant, and stats keeper Jalen Ivy for her excellent work keeping the stats for these games. For all of us here at Howard Community College for the final time in the regular season, and hopefully we get one more time in the playoffs, this is the big man on the mic, Isaac Donsky, signing off from Dragon Stadium. Good night, everybody.